Hello students, welcome to Current Affairs class. I am Dr. C.S. Vepa. I am going to handle a new subject, that is Current Affairs, and this Current Affairs class is designed to help students who are preparing for various competitive examinations. So it is going to help you to the student who are preparing for Group 1 examination, Group 2 examination, police examinations, etc. It is also going to create a strong foundation for people who are preparing for UPSC civil services examinations. With this, let us enter into the subject. Now, current affairs, let us have the introduction. It is a compulsory subject. Every competitive examination you can find questions on current affairs. What is the reason for this? Right? And what is the objective behind introducing this current affairs subject as a part of recruitment examinations? Before that, let me focus on what is the difference between general knowledge and current affairs. Most of the time people have some confusion. They think that both are same. No. General knowledge means it includes conventional or static GK questions, like there will be questions on history, geography, polity, economy, etc., and current affairs. Whereas questions on current affairs exclusively contains questions related to the happenings in the recent past. This is the basic difference. We also have one more term. What is that one more term? General awareness. The word general awareness also refers to the current affairs only. When they use general awareness as the name of the subject, which is done mostly by the bank recruitment examinations, we need to understand that it is purely current affairs. Maybe one or two questions, they may have some kind of background or static GK, but predominantly it is only the current events. It focuses more on the state of mind. Whenever you are answering the current affairs questions, what is the best way to prepare? We need to understand, we have to move to that state of mind. What is the state of mind? That means you have to have the natural abilities to absorb information. And how that can happen? It is not a new subject or what? Absolutely, current affairs is not a subject, to be frank. It is a state of mind. That means the candidate should develop that state of mind so that naturally they learn and they remember and they can perform well in the examination. And basically, what are they exactly trying to test? It is the observation skill. For any responsible position, that means any particular job you take, it needs the candidate to have lot of observation. If you observe more, then you can analyze more. If you analyze more, then you can take a decision or you can form an opinion about it. So basically, current affairs is going to help the paper setters or the examination conducting body to check whether the candidates are possessing the required observation skills. That means to answer this section well, you need to keep your eyes and ears totally open. That is important. So when I say totally open, it means right now majority of students are not exposed to reading newspaper. They do not know what is what. Some students, they do not know even the difference between Republic Day and Independence Day. Okay, but you should be totally different and you should keep on observing whatever is happening around you. If you start observing, it will be funny and you will be enlightened. So you will come to know so many things, and most of the doubts that whatever you have will be cleared simply by enhancing your ability to observe. So when I'm trying to teach you current affairs, indirectly I'm trying to help you to increase your observation skills. So coming to the performance, you need to understand, no student has studied this subject, current affairs, as a special subject either at the school level or at the college level or even university level. No university offers any particular course on current affairs. So it is happening right now. So it happened in the last week or last month or few months back. So there cannot be any course like for this particular subject. That is what I said. You have to move into the state of mind so that learning becomes automatic and you will be able to observe and also absorb very clearly. Okay, so every student is at the same level. If you are feeling this current affairs subject as something like difficult subject, same is the case with rest of the student. So if you feel difficult, all others are also feeling it same difficulty level, right? So everyone has to begin somewhere, and today we are beginning the current affairs subject. And whenever there is a difficult section in any examination, that difficult section will be the deciding factor for your selection. Clear? So if there are 10 subjects, the one which is considered as most difficult by everyone will be the deciding factor for the success in that examination. So as everyone is having the same difficulty level, let me tell you, the performance in current affairs section is going to be very crucial for your selection finally. So it is the deciding factor. So you cannot afford to ignore it. Just because you find it difficult, you cannot ignore it. You need to study, you need to prepare, and you have to score well if you are serious about your selection in the examination. Now, one more problem the students face: memorization. Oh, lot of content, too much content. How much we can remember, how much we can study, how much note we can prepare. These are the comments that I receive from students. So let me tell you, I agree with you. No doubt, everything under the sun can be asked. Every day if you refer newspaper, you see lot of content. And the moment you see so much of content, you develop some kind of fear. How can I remember this? I have a solution for this, right? And the solution I'll be sharing very shortly, right? Never worry about the size of the content. Your brain has wonderful capacity to remember volumes of books. You can remember several gigabytes, nothing to worry. Never think that your brain has a limited memory capacity. No, it has, one way I can say, unlimited memory. You can remember whatever you want to remember. It is possible, right? One survey or one research report says that human brain has such a huge memory, so that if a person starts watching YouTube videos for 300 years continuously without any break, all that content he can remember. So now you can understand what is the capacity of our human brain. So memorization, you think it is difficult, but let me clarify, it is not difficult provided you follow a particular method of putting the information into your brain and practicing it in a particular way. So I will be helping you to remember it well and also recall it well. Don't worry about it, okay? Then whenever you are referring any current affairs related content, you will see these things, three parts. One is about facts and figures. Who is who? What is what? That is fact and figure. Then basing on fact and figures, we have to go for what is known as analysis. This analysis is given by different experts. Then basing on the fact and analysis, facts and figures, then analysis, we are supposed to develop what is known as our own opinion. And sometimes that opinion has to be given either in the examination, written examination, or interview, that is oral examination. But everyone may not focus on all the three. You have to look at what is the examination that you are attempting. If you are attempting police job like constable, SI, then group 2, fine, facts and figures are sufficient. If you are preparing for Group 1, UPSC, then you need analysis and also you require ability to express your opinion. To express opinion, you have to form an opinion, and that opinion comes when you go for analysis. And for analysis, definitely you require facts and figures. Suppose your target is not UPSC, your target is not Group 1, then you can very well settle with facts and figures, because you will not find questions related to analysis or opinion in these examinations. If you master facts and figures, the purpose will be served. You can score almost full marks. So, you need to identify what is your examination and then decide where to settle. Got it? If you are preparing for police examinations, Group 2 examinations, yeah, you can skip this analysis and opinion in a master way. A bit of analysis almost it happens without your conscious effort, definitely it happens, but that is enough for the examination. Clear? So if you are preparing for civils and Group 1, you have to have perfect analysis, and you should have the ability to form and as well express your opinions. Then only the preparation can be complete. So I think these inputs can help you to decide where to stop the level of preparation. Okay, so you have to decide that. The next one, what to study and follow. The next problem is where to begin. Many students have problem in making a beginning. They do not know where to begin. Today they start with some polity and it is a tough nut for them. They move to economy. Then they consider, okay, polity is much better than economy. They keep on shifting like this, and finally they will be confused in a confused state for a long time. And that is not good for their preparation. We need to understand we have very limited time for our preparation. In that limited time, you have to prepare so many subjects and also current affairs. So what I suggest, you have to go for a balanced preparation. You need to decide exactly how much time you can devote as part of your preparation for this particular current affairs subject, and never spend more time. Clear? So you cannot spend more time because you like it or you do not like it. So in either case, you have to spend only the time that you have decided for it. Otherwise, it will consume a lot of your valuable time and your balance will be disturbed. You see, your selection depends on overall performance. So you need to understand, for overall performance, what should I do? So never overdo or never overspend time for any particular subject, whatever be the reason. So where to study or follow? The best thing is these classes, right? Now in these classes, you are going to get a right basis or fundamentals. After attending these classes, you will be able to follow newspapers very comfortably. So you have to read newspaper, then government website you have to visit, and also you have to follow any note that is given by the institute. These are all the things that you can do it. Do not depend much on the monthly magazines, because by the time they come in the form of magazine, the value may be lost. They may not be fit for the examination. So they cover so many things because they want to fill the pages. In that process, something which is not relevant for examination is also likely to appear there. And innocent student, they feel that that is important, they keep on studying it. In that way, they end up with preparing something which is not going to come in the examination. So we have very, very limited time, as I already told you. Definitely we have to use the time in a very judicious way, right? Then how many months we have to go back, because this is current affairs, latest happening, latest is the relative term. So how much preparation we have to go for, right? Is it 1 month? Is it 2 months? So this is another big problem students have, and very often wherever I go, student will be asking this question for sure. Now let me ask you a few things. Are you preparing an examination which is going to be conducted annually? Or is it going to be conducted once in 6 months or 4 months, like that? Or you do not have any fixed idea about it, any idea about this exam. So if you take UPSC Civil Service examination, there is a calendar. Every year at a fixed time it is going to be conducted. That means it is conducted once in a year for sure. For such kind of examinations, current affairs means whatever happened in that 1 year. So 1 year time. If it's a bank examination, which are normally conducted once in 3 months, 4 months, like that, the previous 4 months preparation is more than enough. Then when you're preparing for an examination which was conducted sometime 5-6 years back or more than that, then it will be difficult for you to judge. So my suggestion as an expert, go for up to 6 to 8 months maximum. And these 6 to 8 months also, you have to plan in such a way that start with the immediate month. Suppose the examination is the month of August, you need to prepare for July, then June, then May, like that go back up to January, more than sufficient. And you will not have more than that much time to prepare also. So if you go in a backward way, that is going to help you a lot, because most of the questions from current affairs will be asked from the previous 2 months only. So if you go like that, you will be able to cover most of the questions. Suppose if you start preparing from January to July, then more time will be spent on January, February, like that, when compared with June, July. So you have a chance of losing some questions. Clear? So whenever we read, we have to read with a strategy. So this is the strategy I would like to suggest you. If you are preparing for the first time the current affairs, you start from today. Read newspaper every day from now onwards. With respect to the previous months, do not spend time by referring the newspapers by going to library. Whatever is the gist that we are covering in our classes, that is more than sufficient for you. If you go back to library and start collecting the newspapers of previous months, then you will be wasting a lot of your time. So you have to start preparing from this day, today onwards. Start reading newspaper. So how to understand newspaper, that we will discuss. When we are discussing so many issues as part of current affairs class, we are creating a platform for you so that you can follow the events that are appearing in the newspaper. Alright, let it be any issue, necessary foundation will be laid in the class. The updates you can follow while reading the newspaper. Is it clear? So we have very clear strategy in our approach so that we can minimize our preparation time, minimize the content that is to be read, and maximize the marks in the examination. Next one, so preparation should be would be never sufficient. If you are preparing for polity, you may get a confidence, yeah, I mastered polity. You are preparing for history, you may have confidence that you know everything about history. But you never get the confidence that you know everything about current affairs. You never get that. Even faculty members also, they cannot get it. Why? The reason is quite simple. Current affairs is highly dynamic subject. Every day, every hour, every minute it changes. That means one has to update himself or herself continuously. That is the biggest challenge in mastering current affairs. So my suggestion is, if you are not getting satisfaction or you are not getting confidence that I have mastered current affairs, is fine. That is okay. That is part of our preparation. Clear? Do not worry much about it. Clear? So we are here to help you. We are here to maximize your score in this subject. We know what they are likely to ask and how to prepare for it. We know how to select the information. We know how to filter an unwanted thing and how to put the information into the brain and retain it for a long time till you perform your examination, right? So we are going to prepare only for examination purpose. This is what you need to be very clear. You are not reading newspaper or you are not memorizing something just because you like that particular topic. You need to understand you have chosen to read that particular topic or preparing a particular issue only for the examination that is there in your mind. You are not going to be a journalist. You need not prepare to that extent. Clear? You need to understand only examination. In the examination, what sort of question they are going to ask you? They will ask you the questions which are very, very, very direct. So the preparation must be always keeping the examination in your mind. So do not overread just because you like or you don't like. Sometimes students, they read more just because they don't like it. They have that fear. So in order to get command, they keep on reading that. Now, what is the meaning of these questions that appear in the examination? What is the standard? And how to know what information to what extent we are supposed to know or master? I would like to give you few examples here. Whenever we say examination oriented preparation, we know our job. We are reading newspaper or we are following a particular topic or issue only to answer the questions. We are not going to be a journalist there. Okay, so we need to understand that on any particular topic, the questions will appear like this. So first thing is superficial level. So this is the top level on any particular topic. You take for example, President of India election. Now, who is the new President of India? Is it in the news or not? Very much in the news. Everyone is talking about it. So, who is the new President of India? Can there be a question in a competitive examination? Absolutely no. Why? This forms what is known as superficial piece of information. That means everyone knows about it. When everyone knows about it, it won't appear in the examination. This is what we need to understand. Then what can appear? The President of India election, is it not important for the exam? Definitely important. Very much in news. So there can be a question on this, but not about who is the new President of India. So one level deep we need to go. Only one level. There won't be any questions from the next level or next level. You don't get any questions here. You get questions here only, one level deep. So whenever you happen to read any article, any news item, what are you supposed to do? You should be able to distinguish what is superficial information and what is one level deep questions. For example, about President of India only. So I would like to ask you, who acted as the returning officer for the election that is conducted for President of India? We know that there are two candidates in the fray. We know that Draupadi Murmu has won. She is the new President of India. But who was the returning officer? Probably we have ignored this piece of information. This information also appeared in the newspaper, but our eyes did not notice because we are more fascinated by the superficial information. So whenever you happen to read any content, understand what is the superficial information, what is the one level deep questions. You should focus on one level deep question. That is the meaning of examination oriented preparation. When we read something for 10 minutes, we will ask, okay, what information can appear in the examination in the form of question. Suppose you have some piece of information that cannot be converted into a question, ignore it. It can never appear in the examination. So slowly you will be able to understand how to separate this and how to focus on the information which is relevant to appear in the examination. This is the meaning of examination oriented preparation. Now you have to prepare own notes. When I am teaching you the points, you are supposed to take notes, and that notes can be updated if at all you get a new update whenever you are reading newspaper or whenever you are following the events. As I said few minutes back, current affairs is a highly dynamic subject. It keeps on changing every day. The biggest challenge is how do you update it? How do you follow it? Nowadays, if the examination is decided, say on August 15th, so you can have the questions on current event that are happening just 1 week and 10 days prior to the examination. This is quite possible. That is why you need to keep on reading newspaper till the last minute. It is possible, right? And whenever you prepare notes, always prepare notes in the form of bullet points so that you can save time and you can easily recollect the story behind it. And once you prepare your own notes, most important thing is you need to follow revision. Revision is very, 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 very important. So I told you I will share one technique, and that technique is revision technique. Whenever you are learning something, please understand this current affairs subject. You can remember a lot of information provided you follow the scientific revision method. Whenever you learn something, on the same day you try to give maximum number of revisions. When I say maximum number of revisions, follow at least 5 times or revise it minimum 5 times. If you do so, definitely you can remember for a long time. After that, every day 2 revisions for 1 week. After that, it is up to you. But make it a point every week, at least once. After that, from 3rd week onwards, you are able to revise all the contents, all the notes. That is important. Most of the time, people ignore it. The moment they understand, they think that they are memorized. Understanding is different, memorization is different, right? No doubt, we need understanding for memorizing in a simple way or in a short time, right? You can remember even without you understand, but that is not going to help you for competitive examinations. If you understand and then you make an attempt to remember, that is going to help you a lot, because if a question is changed its form, indirectly it is asked, then you will be able to answer provided you have complete understanding of the subject. Clear? So revise as many times, minimum 5 times on the day of learning. After that, every day 2 times. You follow this for 2 weeks time. After that, every week once you have to revise. That is the way you can remember any amount of information for the examination. Clear? You experiment it. It looks difficult now, but once you start doing it, then it becomes part of your system and you can remember automatically. The beauty is that the moment you try to feed the data to your brain in a natural way, the natural memory increases. This is what many students have reported me back. Clear? So whenever I say something about memory, you please follow it, because I am an expert on memory. I have a LIMCA national record also in that, okay, in memory. So I know how the memory system works and what students are supposed to do to enhance their memory. Clear? So revise, revise, revise. Now, what is the meaning of revision? It is not just revising your notes on your own. Whenever you start discussing with your friends about the particular topic, that is also a revision. Not only that, whenever you make an attempt to explain the concept to your friends or to your family members, that is also a kind of revision. So you please incorporate all these 3 things. You revise your own notes, you start discussing with your friends, and also start explaining to your friend. This is how you can strengthen your memory. Clear? So I hope you like this technique and implement it. More you implement, more powerful you are going to become with respect to memory. Okay, so this is what you are supposed to do for this current affairs subject. Next, what are you supposed to do? So what kind of questions you can expect in this? So there will be questions on persons, why so-and-so person is in the news, who is appointed for some particular post. It's all about the people and their contribution to the society. Clear? So persons who contributed positively, they are important for the examination. You will not find a negative character to appear in the examination. Someone does something harm to the society, a criminal, normally they don't ask such kind of questions. Clear? Then why a particular place is in the news? That is also important, right? What happened there? That is what you are supposed to gather. Awards. Okay, national and international awards are important. If you are preparing for state level examination, state level awards are also important, okay, with respect to that particular state. Then growth related news, development news, very, very important. Whenever you open the book or the newspaper, you please try to focus on, hey, what is the development news from today's edition? Something, a development, an initiative from the government. Similarly, government schemes. These two are very, 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 very important. For competitive examination, these are very, very important. So you need to look for the information or the news related to these two and start working on it. So you will see that in any competitive examination, you will see so many questions, maybe 6 to 7 questions directly appear basing on these two things. Okay, so they are important for us. Next, sports related information also will be there, but you need not follow everyday affair. Once an event happens, now Commonwealth Games. Once Commonwealth Games are over, there will be an article about it, and that is how we are going to follow. Every day you need not follow an event. Once event is over, then you can follow it. Okay. Similarly, today already chess Olympiad has begun yesterday in Chennai. So there will be questions definitely. And what kind of information they are going to ask you? Only top events only, top points only in that event. So once the chess Olympiad concludes, then you are going to decide, okay, this is what important. Then you remember only that much. We don't remember, or we need not remember on daily basis. Once event is over, whatever is important related to that particular event, we remember only that information, not everyday development. Okay, this is what you need to follow. Next one, books and others. Every day hundreds of books are written and they are being published. Then how many we can remember? What is important for the examination? Any book that is very much in the news, that is only important. Or any book that became bit controversial, or any book that is written by an important person, that is important for the examination, not each and every book, right? Normally we have some list by the bookshops. Normally they maintain some bookshop like most popular book in this month. They give a list of 10, non-fiction, fiction, like that. If you follow that list, more than sufficient, because questions will come only from that particular list, right? Fine. Or someone is good in something, but he has written a book, that book becomes important, right? So we are going to cover that one also. 1 or 2 questions appear even from books and others. Normally they don't go back. Okay, only the contemporary issues or contemporary books, recently released book, they will be asking. Clear? Similarly, there will be questions related to Indian economy. It is not economic subject, it is Indian economy. Particularly banking and finance, very important. Next, environment. You have been reading a lot about environment right from your class 1. There is some subject known as EVS, right? So you people are much aware about the environment. So you need to continue to update your knowledge related to that, because environment has become a topic of issue. So definitely you can expect 3 or 4 questions from this particular section. Then similarly, important days and years. What is the importance of July 1st? There can be a question on this. So dates and their importance. you are supposed to remember. We cover exhaustively, and I'm going to give you more than 100 lists of important days, and I'll be sharing that with you, and we are also going to discuss few of them in the class. So you can expect one or two questions from that particular list. So the important days which are in use or which are introduced recently, maybe this year or previous year or couple of years back, they are very important for our examination when compared with the age-old important days. December 1st is World AIDS Day. Everyone knows about it. That is pretty old. But anything that is coming in the recent time, that is important for the examination. So we have so many like that, and we are going to share one by one. Similarly, indices. Index is singular. Indices are plural. Index, we have World Happiness Index, Hunger Index. Like this, there are so many indices. You can expect one or two questions from indices also. So I will be covering the indices probably in the last class because the latest data will come at that particular time. So definitely we are going to cover few of them in the classes, and I'll give the complete list which is important for the examination. Then something about international organization like United Nations, World Health Organization, UNICEF. Like this, we are going to cover all important international organization. They are also going to appear in the examination. So India and its relations with other countries, very important nowadays because India's prominence is being recognized by many countries, and there are so many developments with respect to that. So you can expect few questions on India and its relations with other countries, that is external affairs. Then developments in science and technology. Basic science and technology, they don't ask you. The latest development they are going to ask you. The latest developments related to defense, space, or computer science, they are all important for the examination, right? So we are going to cover so many slides with respect to science and technology. Then similarly, culture and festivals are also important for the examination. Agriculture, the latest developments we are going to discuss, and they are also important for the examination. So companies, various companies are there, some mergers are happening, acquisitions are happening. So which company merged with what, that is also important. Recently we have seen merger of nationalized banks also. So in which bank has merged with which other nationalized bank, that is also important for the examination. Similarly, if any special events are happening, that is also important for the examination. So like this, there are so many other sections, but whatever we have discussed, these are the important models which are bound to come in the examination. But you cannot have any blueprint. From important base, one question will come, from index, one question come. We cannot have blueprint like that because the paper setter will not be provided by the examination conducting body about the blueprint. Whatever the paper setter thinks that it is relevant and it is needs to be known by the candidate, they are going to ask that. Clear? But by and large, these are the broad areas which you have to focus first, and time permits, you can focus on remaining areas also, right? It's fine. Now let us jump into the topics. And till now we have the introduction. Now introduction is over. We are entering the topic. And which topic you think that very much in use in the country this year?